Hi guys, this is question MM075 of the Maths Methods Sharpened Study Guide. We've got an equation, 3 to the power of negative 6x equals 9 to the power of 4x take 4. And it is a 2-mark question. So obviously we've got to show some sort of working. So the first thing to recognize is that we've got an equation here that it doesn't really allow for us to do much. And what I mean by that is, in the form that it's in right now, we can't really do anything to this equation to solve for x. However, well, we can do something to it, but we can't actually solve for x currently. So the thing that we have to recognize is that 9 is a square root of 3. And whenever you get a question like this, it'll be something very similar to this that will allow you to complete the question. So 9 we know is 3 squared. So this is the same thing. They're equal to each other. And we know from one of our index laws that if we have the power of a base and then that whole thing to the power of something else, these two indices actually multiply to each other. So we get 3 to the power of 2 times 4x take 4, which equals 3 to the power of negative 6x. Now, because both of these bases are actually the same, we can make these powers equal each other, or they must equal each other. They have to, or else the equal sign wouldn't be in the middle. So that means that negative 6x is equal to 2 times 4x take 4. So effectively I've cancelled the bases, but really what I've done is make the powers equal each other to find out what x equals. So that means that negative 6x is equal to 8x take 8, which means that 14x take 8 equals 0, 8 equals 14x, and that means that x is equal to 8 on 14, which means that x equals 4 on 7. So this is our final answer, and what we want to do now is read the question and make sure that we've got it right, and make sure that we've actually answered the question. Solve the equation for x. We've got x equals 4 on 7. Yeah, that's all good. That means we've answered the question. So your first mark, like I said before, it's a 2-mark question. Your first mark comes around here. So either one of these two. Let's call it in between here. And like I've said before, the marking scheme is a little ambiguous, but as long as you get all the steps right, you'll have no problem. So this is your second mark here, the final answer. And yeah, your final answer is x equals 4 on 7.